Hi Aquarius, welcome to your 12th to the 19th of February 2024. So this is going to be general weekly messages. Happy Valentine's, by the way. If you want to book a personal, love readings are now reduced. Tarot coaching is also half price and there is now phone calls. So everything is there in the comment section. The website is there or the description box below. Okay, so let's take a look and see what we can see for you this week. Okay, so what are the messages for the sign of Aquarius, the 12th to the 19th? Everybody's got this Ace of Swords reverse, so this can be people who are not communicating, people who are not thinking straight. There's something about mind control on a collective level though, because every sign has got this orientation. So this can be where they're putting things out there to disorientate the collective. Let me just get that off my eye. This can be things like propaganda. This can be just things that basically are there to disorientate the collective, and you as an Aquarius rule humanity. The other side of the coin is it's Valentine, so it can be as well. If you're dealing with men who are not committed, men who just use you for sex, this is a week that they will go ghost. They won't be messaging you. Okay, it's just something that they do on the Valentine's week, I've noticed, because I've dealt with those type of people myself, and they seem to disappear. Okay, so yeah, some years this week you might be dealing with a non-contact, someone who's not communicating. You might be reaching out to spend time with someone, but this person's just not responding. Maybe someone's reaching out to you and you're just not responding. Okay, the Tower. So the Tower can be feeling triggered, feeling angry. It can also be this can be also a lot of emotion that's coming up, a lot of unconscious triggers that are coming up. And again, I do think it's because the collective, it is Valentine, so you will see a lot of love around you, a lot of couples, and that can unconsciously trigger you. So some of you might be dealing with someone who refuses to speak to you. It's a no contact situation, and this could really hurt you this week. Okay, I'd be careful as well, because I feel like with this combination, it's not good. This is where the unconscious mind is ruling the show, and it's where the conscious mind is shutting itself down. So we're having reactions to things and we're not thinking straight. Our body is controlling us, our emotions are controlling us. If it's not you, maybe you've cut someone out and this person can't handle it. Okay, so sometimes it's not you, right? The Ace of Swords reverse could be you're not talking to someone, you've cut someone out. But whoever this person is, it could be an Aries or it could be a Scorpio, it doesn't have to be. But this person's really triggered. And because they're really triggered, they keep trying to pester you, find ways to contact you, you know, they're overstepping the line. The Tower can be people who are violent, it can be people who cross lines, it can be stalkers, that type of stuff. Okay, what energy is Aquarius carrying the 12th to the 15th, please? The Eight of Cups reversed with the Emperor. So for the Aquarius woman, I think you're dealing with an Aries, but this Aries is a mess. Okay, this could also be the father of your child as well. So some of you are dealing with a dark connection. Like this person could have addictions, this person could be in all kinds of shit. And I feel like the message here is you don't want to walk away from this person, maybe because you do have a child with them. But I feel like you're dealing with someone who, with the Tower, like, this is a man who just can't get it together. You know, like this is a man who's just going to bring nothing but drama, instability, addiction, violence, cheating, all this shit that these low frequency men do. So yes, I think for some of you Aquarius is like, you're not being honest with yourself. The Ace of Swords upright is where you be honest with yourself about who someone is, or about having someone in your life and the price of that, the consequences of that, you know. I just think those type of people, any type of person, this could be a woman or a man, if you're all over the place, you should be single. You know what I mean? Like, obviously you do get these hot messes who the messes the whole life, like they're addicts, they're a mess, they're never going to change, and they get together and they have a full party. But in general, I just think sometimes you're just not in a good place, and it's better to just be single. If a man can't get it together and you've got kids, you don't want that man around those kids. Do you know what I mean? Like that, those kids are taking that into their unconscious mind of what he is, and that's going to frame their belief around what men are or women are, but a man is coming up. So yeah, I feel like some of yous, I understand sometimes you really like someone, you're really turned on by someone. People have like darkness within them that's attracted. They can trauma bond with people, but I just don't think this person is good. Okay. So we got the Seven of Cups with the King of Pentacles reversed. I feel like someone's in the shadow. Someone's got a lot of options. Someone's got a lot of addictions. I'm getting someone holding a knife to someone's throat as well. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting like people who are disorientated, people who are kind of, you know, checked out, people who aren't thinking straight, people who are kind of aggressive and reactive. I feel like as the Aquarius woman or man, if there's someone who you kind of feel like you've picked it up, I would stay away. And I think some of you Aquariuses have cut someone off because this person has crossed lines, like this person doesn't know where the line is. They get like obsessive. And women who keep going back to this kind of person. There was one when I was growing up, she lived around the corner and she had kids, and there was this guy and he was always hitting her, and you know, police were always being called there, and next minute we found out that she got killed. So I know sometimes you've got a soft spot for a guy and it's like really you can have good points about him, but you've got to be careful because like it can push and push and push, and then the outcome can be very bad. When it comes to this sounds dead dark, but that's what I'm getting. I'm getting obsession. I'm getting where someone's not in contact with you, so you're kind of obsessing over them. You might be stalking the social media. That's what the Tower is about. It's where we go into the darkness. It's where we can't handle the non-contact. We've all done it, where we make ourselves crazy over a connection or whatever. But just be careful, because you're going to be having biochemical triggers. You're going to be feeling really, really angry, frustrated and triggered. It could be someone else around you. So like I said, this person could not handle the fact that you don't want to talk to them, and so they might be stalking your social media, finding ways to connect with you. They might show up at your house. That's what I'm honestly getting. Some of you are just dealing with a masculine who thinks he's a G, so he's coming up as an emperor. But this guy don't give two fucks. He's a G in his world. You don't matter. You're just there when he feels like it. Okay, so a lot of these men are setting it up where women are just an asset now. You're there at their convenience, and that's it. Okay, they don't respect you, they don't love you, they're not going to provide nothing for you other than a headache, bad health, dysregulated emotions. They don't respect you. You've got even the most basic men acting like this now. It's getting stupid. Okay, but it's up to the woman whether she allows this. End of story. Okay, so I think for some of you Aquarius women, definitely around a Cancer, or definitely around a Taurus. Okay, this guy's all over the place. I think his money's all over the place. He might have addictions. He might have multiple options. If you're dealing with an Aries, I think this person's got issues, but there might be potential there. So I do think this, you know, it's not easy for men right now, right? It's like some guys are not cheating, they're not doing nothing, they've just got all kinds going on, like maybe business or whatever. So yeah, if you're dealing with an Aries, there might be potential there. But this is more about the more the Aquarius woman and man is in a higher frequency and calm and relaxed, the better you're going to bring in. The more you're all over the place, it's obvious. I feel like there's something about a match, an energetic mirror. Right, because in the Tower, there's two people falling from the tower and they're both in the darkness. This can be two people who are in trauma, so they bond. This can be two people in the shadow, so they bond. High frequency people don't sit with low frequency people. It's against the law of physics. You know? So I feel like with Jews, be aware of the energy that you're in, be aware of like your codependency, darkness, all of this, because that's what's going to bring in your match. If you're in a high frequency, we've been seeing this for a while for Aquarius, 10 of Cups, baby. You've got the Emperor. You've got the Eight of Cups reversed. This can be a man who's worth the fight. He's got issues, but everyone's got issues. No man's perfect. You know what I mean? Like, some guys are worth the effort. If they're making an effort, they're worth the effort. What you've got to be careful of is when men just expect you to do all the effort and they're not putting any effort in. You know? So, some of you, something solid is coming your way. I'm also getting like a second child for some of you as well. Okay? So, definitely a second child. So, if you've got one child with someone, there might be a second on the way. Okay. Anything else, please? Anything else, please? Five of Swords. Some of you might be dealing with, who did I just do? Leo. The Five of Swords, like I said, there is some caution in this reading for you where people are unhinged, like there's a darkness coming out in either you or someone else. The Five of Swords person doesn't take well to a rejection. This is what I've been saying to women, you better start sharpening up because some of the men out here are a problem. And if you're expecting other men to come and save you, you'll be waiting a long time. See, years ago, there was a girl the other day, she got kidnapped, and there was a man standing there, and he just let it happen. Years ago, it wouldn't have been like that. Men would step in, they would take care of business, even if that woman was nothing to do with them. Now, men will stand there and whatever goes. I mean, not all men, obviously. There's still plenty of gentlemen, protectors, providers, and great men in this world. I meet them every day, you know. But there's also, and as a woman, you have to be on it, and you know. So yeah. But that's the message I'm getting for you this week. I'm getting, it could just be nasty battles between two people, two lovers. It could be people trying to piss people off on social media and play mind games and all of this. So I feel like for Aquarius, there's two. Some of you are in high frequency, you're just not interested. You're not interested. You know what you want, and you know what you don't want, and you're not out here playing no games, and you're not out here in your shadow, and you're not out here in low frequency. Some of you are though, and it's not going to end well. Two ones. Remember we talked about matching energy. Okay. So the two of wands is basically, it could be twin flames, or it could be people who match your energy. That's another message in general away from love. What you put out is what you're bringing. Where focus goes, energy flows. So again, if you don't want all kinds of mind games and nastiness, don't be putting that out there. You know, they say, do to others as you want done to you. Put out the kind of energy you want to receive back. Treat people how you wish to be treated. Because, like I said, I'm kind of getting this, I wish to be treated and receive this, but you're not treating people the way you wish to be treated and what you wish to receive. You know? So, but I'm going to say this week for Aquarius is some of you, it's going to be a very blissful week of love, of union, of truly feeling like you are the only person in this man's world, that you've got a beautiful family. It's going to be a very beautiful Valentine's, but I do think it's because some of you Aquariuses have earned it. Your energy is reciprocated because there's a balance there, there's a purity, there's a high level frequency. For some of you, there's trauma bonding, there's a lot of mind games, there's a lot of jealousy, there's a non-contact situation. You might be creeping on their shit, they might be creeping on yours. And I'm also getting someone who's crossing the line. So this can be where a person has rejected you, or you've rejected them, but the other person just doesn't want to take no for an answer. Okay, so that shit you need to take seriously. Okay. So what you need to know is the 10 of Wands. So I do feel like some of you are being told that when it comes to a certain masculine, this masculine has got addictions, this masculine is emotionally unavailable, this person's not worth the wait, they're not worth the time. Some of you need to start working so hard on this masculine or feminine and putting their energy into this connection. Of course, love takes compromise, it takes effort, but if it just feels like a full-time job, it's not right. If all you're doing is feeling uncertain with this person. This is not someone who's going to bring stability, safety, and bliss into your life. So if you want to be happy, someone's got to go. Okay. I'm also getting a job. Okay. I feel like with the Five of Swords, there's some resentment towards a job. Be careful with resentment. Like what Aquariuses need to do this week is look at where you're resentful, look at where you're triggered. Some years it's got nothing to do with love, it's got everything to do with the job or just certain people in your life. It could be family. And I feel like that's where you need to pull back more, set stronger boundaries. Okay, what people do is they try to fight the devil with the devil. Don't raise your frequency. You can't fight the devil with the devil. To fight the devil, you've got to be divine. Now, obviously, God gave us an animalistic nature so that when the predators of the world come to cause us a problem, we can defend ourselves. But that's self-defense, that's not violence. Okay? So you have a right to defend yourself. That's why you were given a primitive instinct, right? But yeah, I feel like for some of you, like, there's some nasty people, and I think instead of feeding into this and giving it focus, raise your frequency, be divine, and do anything touch it. And if they cross the line, then you gotta act, because, you know, excuse me. Ace of Cups, love as well for some Aquariuses, okay? So some of you could have a Cancer who's really, really fantasizing about you. Be careful with the Leo, be careful with the Sagittarius, be careful with people who are kind of just not expanding things, they're not moving anything forward, they're not equal give and take. Stay away from social media this week, okay? Anything that you'd have to overly think into, you're better off without it. So I think it's a mixed week. Some of yous, I think, there is love here, you know? And I feel like the Ace of Cups is all about bliss and affection and just feeling amazing and just having a great week. But I do think you Aquariuses have earned that. Some of yous, this is trauma bonding, it's toxic, it's dark, and I do think you need to be careful. If you want to book a personal, check it out in the description below. I'll speak to you soon.